Hi everyone, I'm Joey. So I've always been interested in butler's chairs or valet stands, and I've always thought they're really cool looking objects, but they don't really work for kind of today's lifestyle. And I thought it would be cool to kind of make something like that that works for me. So really all I want to do is have somewhere where I can throw my clothes at the end of the day before I get into bed. So just a simple rack. I can throw a hoodie, jeans, t-shirt, and maybe even put my glasses or watch down on a shelf. So this is what I came up with. Bear in mind I'm still in lockdown here in New Zealand, so everything is pretty much still just my hand tools that I had from the last project, this table here. So hope you enjoy. Okay, so I visit the workshop a couple of times a week just to make sure it's all right. I picked up this piece of carry from the chairs that I'm currently working on. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this piece because it's a bit knotty, not particularly clean. So I'm going to try and incorporate this and a couple of pieces of walnut I still have. And just going to go for it and see if something works. Alright, I've roughly cut this leg and I need to form a curve. You might be able to see the pencil line there. I've got a coping saw. I've only got one blade and it's blunt and this is quite thick. I'm tempted just to try it, but I've also got two other legs to do, so I think I might just try making some relief cuts and then chiseling it away. Right, so this is all a bit of a chicken and the egg problem here. So I've come back to working on the main leg and I've drawn my curve on again at the bottom. What I'm going to do is take this outside and trim off this back portion. That's going to give me a long taper along there. What I want to do is try and keep all the weight at the bottom towards the feet and have the top a lot more slender. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to shape this piece and then I'm going to work out my joinery so my leg can actually fit on. Pretty hard to see, but you can just make out the angle of this compound cut, which I have to do, and form a tenon on it. So Right, I've marked the position of the tenon as best as I can guess. I'm now going to... This is ridiculous. I'm now going to try and drill on some random compound angle, and then I will try and square out the mortise, and it's just going to be a whole lot of testing and fitting and testing and fitting. Alright, I've made a not too bad attempt at a crazy angled mortise, and now that I've got a kind of an actual hole, I can start sizing the tenon down to try and slide in there, and that's just going to be trial and error. There's good news and bad news. Good news is I've made that fit into there. Bad news is it's loose as a goose. So, what do? Start again? Probably not. If I had a bunch of epoxy, that would be ideal. I'd just jam it in there and it would fill all my problems. But what I can do is just glue the heck out of it with the PVA that I have, and I think I'm going to have to add a screw, which isn't the end of the world, but I'll add a screw, and then I'll try and plug the screw head maybe with some of the cowrie if I can find or make a little piece of dowel. So at this point the joint is fitting. I can mark where the overhangs are and plane this piece down, taper it down to fit. And then also the joint's not sitting flush on the floor, the leg isn't, which is probably obvious that it was never going to do that. So I will then trim this piece down. Okay, so I'm going to try a different method of joining this leg, and so what I'm thinking is I've got my plumb cut. I might just cut out the corner and essentially kind of vertically bird's mouth it over the corner of the post. And then I'm not sure what. If I'm going to use a screw on the other side, I can use a screw here too, so that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Right, it's getting harder and harder to work with this leg constantly falling out. So I'm going to temporarily screw it into place, and then I'll come back later and countersink the screw and plug it up. Okay, I've taken the legs off the main post. This is the top coat hanger, which is going to sit on top here. So I've marked out this extremely long tenon, and so I have to form the tenon on the top of the post, and then I'll form the mortise, and it will slide down somewhere to there. Okay, I've marked where my mortise has to go, top and bottom. Just need to drill this out all the way through and clean it up. I say just. Right, so I found a tube of Gorilla Grip. So it's a bit like Gorilla Glue, it expands a little bit. This is like a construction adhesive. So I hope this is gonna, well, this is the only chance I've got right now, is to like help secure this tenon a little bit more. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so that is it. It's a very simple idea. We're actually thinking we might use this in the bathroom as we don't really have much space to put dry clothes and stuff. So it might work well there. Otherwise the corner of the bedroom. It's not 100% stable backwards. I mean I can push this over. It's designed ideally that weight is pushing forward. If I made it again maybe I would make it tilt even further forward. But otherwise it's pretty cool and it's just a really kind of a cool fun project just to try out. So yeah.